It wasn't supposed to be this way, Fiona told herself, staring at the browned grass pressing against her kitchen window. The curtains shifted ever so slightly, a reminder of the night wind, or maybe something more. The tranquil hum of the suburbs had grown foreign in her ears these past 2 weeks, amplifying every scrape of shoes against concrete, every engine idling a fraction too long. She poured another cup of coffee, hands shaking, watching the steam rise and disappear into nowhere. The detective had called this morning, his voice clipped and skeptical. They had found Anne's pendant near the playground, Angie's scarf snagged on a thorn, traces leading nowhere and everywhere at once. The town's breath fogged over with conspiracy and warnings. Fiona played her part, lips trembling, reciting her story, how the book club had been targeted by a shadowy figure. She'd seen him, she insisted each time, pale, gaunt, loping through backyards, eyes like holes in velvet, a flicker at the window, the soft click of a lock turning in the night. People brought casseroles and unease to her door. The police staked out the street for 2 days, then stopped coming. Fiona sat in the den, surrounded by stacks of novels, their pages bent at the corners, as though they remembered the hands that once held them. She could almost hear Anne's laughter, sharp and sudden, Angie's low murmur of agreement, but those sounds had died with them in the guest bathroom, echoing off tile and porcelain in a crescendo of betrayal and pleading. Now, when Fiona opened a book, the words wriggled. Some nights, she thought she saw muddy footprints snaking down the hall, vanishing under the baseboards, threads of hair curled in door hinges. What if, she wondered as she massaged dish soap over red-brown stains on her sleeves, the stalker was real, after all? What if, by summoning him so many times in her story, painting his features in such vivid strokes, she had conjured something lurking beyond memory? The air grew heavier as she turned at every rustle, the corners of her eyes swimming with shape and shadow. On the 15th night, her phone rang once. No caller, only static, a whisper underneath that sounded like reading aloud. A paragraph from the thriller they'd last finished in the club. Heart beating in her throat, Fiona peered into the darkness beyond the sliding glass door. 2 spectral handprints bloomed on the fogged glass. She stumbled backward, pulse thrumming, the coffee mug shattering at her feet. As she rushed for the phone, the wind rose, rattling the siding. She wasn't sure anymore if it was guilt or something else that stalked her. Down the hall, the laughter came again, low, familiar, inexorable. Fiona pressed herself against the kitchen wall, breath coming in short gasps as shadows pulled in the corners. Someone, something, was in her house, or perhaps it had always been inside her, waiting for her story to end.